Welcome to Moonlight Madness, and today we're reading for the sign of Leo, the Sun, Moon, Rising 2021 in November. The decks I'll be using today are the Fairy Tarot deck by Doreen and Radleigh Valentine, and the Enchanted Map by Colette-Baron-Reid, the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette-Baron-Reid, crystals supplied by Rainbow Runner, flowers from my walks around where I live, and essential oils that I really like is the Natio geranium rose to get rid of any type of flu symptoms during COVID. I'm calling upon the deity of Ganesh, which is attracting happiness, good fortune and love, Indian deity. And so what I came up with today is that for Leos, you may be acting more like a queen or king of swords, which is Aquarius, Gemini, or Aquarius. Now, they tend to be rather detached. They're not your person, they're not touchy-feely. They're kind of more balanced and wise and would rather have the company of an owl or their books instead of people. So that's the air signs, that's how they are. They're cerebral. They tend to be more attracted to someone's mind than anything else. That's more attractive to them. Being able to have a conversation that interests them, because they get bored quickly. That's the energy of Gemini, Aquarius and Libra. And also too, I think Geminis tend to gravitate towards people that have Gemini in their chart. So you may be a Leo with a Gemini as well. That's what I'm getting, the double duality. And then we've got here crossing your path the Ace of Pentacles, which is to do with some type of windfall, either money, or you may come into a change in your career, or an offer of employment by a big company, or someone who can introduce you to very influential people. So that's someone that you may have just chanced upon on your travels, or wherever your place of work is, or wherever you're currently living. In your past, it says that you left a situation or a job based on, I guess, the work atmosphere. Maybe it was not conducive to your belief system. They may have been religious and you're not, and you're more spiritual, or you might see things differently, or you might not have fitted into their mold of what a family is. So that could be that, related to that. And so they ostracized you from the group because you didn't fit into their culture. But it might not be disclosed to you. It might have been, because you can't discriminate, it might have been just a known that you're different to most people. Okay, then you've got the Sun. Most Aquarians are. The Sun here is to do with the recent past. It's talking about, I guess, being grateful for lessons in life that has taught you. You may have had some really good teachers in your life that got you to where you are today through dedication and just presenting things differently to you in order for you to understand or comprehend things. So it says here you may have had lots of good people like that around teaching you things, or maybe the teacher was the bad things that happened to you were your teachers on how to trust and not trust. And with the move, it could have been moving states or cities, or moving away from something that didn't serve you anymore. This also is being in the public eye, new ideas and opportunities. The Emperor card, when you get an Emperor, I always think of it as being Taurus, Capricorn and Virgo, but it also represents the four elements. So you've got air, fire, water, earth. So it represents actually the four kings, all rolled into one, is the Emperor. So he makes decisions based on practical. They protect their assets and family from people seeking to gain from them. They love to garden. They love luxurious fabrics. They might be a leader, a fairly fair and balanced leader. And, they're good with money and assets. They're logical, fair and balanced. They're passionate about people and causes to their heart, and emotionally available for family, friends, and their subjects if they happen to be a king or a queen of a country. Then in your future, you've got here the Queen of Pentacles, who is a Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, practical, form and function. They love luxurious fabrics, silk, satin and velvet. They love to garden. They love to see their children around them, and they love to swoop in and save the day when they think that the family may need a little bit of a helping hand. And then you've got here coming up for you is the Queen of Cups. This person has lots of sunflowers trying to get her attention, and she gets exhausted because she's got such good energy that people want a bit of that good energy, and they suck it out of her by accident. They don't mean to, it's just they're vibrating quite low, so they're vampire energy vampires, I call them. So that's what that's representing. And she's a very passionate person. She's loving, comforting, emotional, intuitive, and she was there for everyone. And they are either a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. They are emotionally intuitive, someone who could work in the medical field, always exhausted as they are caring to the point of caring too much, and a frequent bounce of burnout. All this, and then so it says here they're a cautious person because what they've given, they're not actually, what they give out, they don't necessarily always get back in equal measure. They feel like they've given too much and not enough people give back to them. And then they're being cautious of trusting people. Then you've got around you a younger fire sign, which could be a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarian. This could be a brother or a relative. If you happen to have Leo in your chart, or you happen to be an air sign with Leo in your chart, this could be a younger fire sign who's around you to support you. They're at the knight in shining armour. They're coming to rescue you. They're very much like to be the ones to swoop in and save people because they've got quite a good moral compass, and they're busy. They're very busy. They're jumping from one project to the next. So they're always on the go. They're not a sort of sign that likes to sit at home. They like road trips, and they like to get out and do things and be constantly in motion. So it says there's someone who's very passionate about their self-beliefs. And then you've got here downloads, Ace of Swords. That's to do with downloads when you're asleep, or maybe when you're out walking and amongst the nature. You'll get some sort of impression, or you may get a hint of what's coming up for you. You might see what's coming up in the next 2 or 3 years, or you may just get an idea or see a sign that kind of leads you to where you're supposed to go. Ace of Swords is to do with looking at things are challenging. Ace of Swords can also be to do with a surgery. Someone could have gone through surgery recently. I know my grandfather did, so that makes sense because he's a Leo. And so surgery was there and it went very successful. I'm very happy that it did. It may have come out of left of field, like this sudden emergency that you had to go to hospital for, Leo, and it said it was successful. It was not something that you would have seen coming. It was left of field, and that's what tower moments are. They're life-changing. But it also makes opportunities to grow from that chaos, and out of something bad, something good comes out of it. So when people go to hospital, so the family don't get along, but then all of a sudden someone could die. That usually brings the family together, or if a baby is born, it brings the family together. So it's always a good thing. Something bad, something good can come from that. We've got here as a significator, a clarifying card. I'm going to pull, and maybe it could be something as simple as you're a very masculine sign. Leos tend to be very masculine, but maybe you need to allow your feminine side to come through more and allow others to give to you, whereas before you've always given to them. Because Leos are very generous by nature, so now maybe it's your turn to receive good wishes, support, things like that, support, I guess, from others that you would give support to normally if you're head of a family or the patriarch of the family. People will appreciate things more when they don't have them around. So the threat of having that person not around makes people wake up. It's a wake-up call. It was for everyone to have a wake-up call. And that full moon has not been a very good moon. It's a Taurus moon, apparently, a harvest moon. And moons always mean accidents, left of things like, shocking news, car accidents, things like that. I cut my finger the other day, and that was just because I was doing something really quickly, trying to get a lid off a Gatorade thing, as you do. I started bleeding all over myself. So yeah, watch out for sharp objects on a full moon, and driving. Try to keep off the roads. Ooh, and theft. Watch for theft and burglary. We've got the tribe. Well, that's a nice card to have. These cards don't have much to say today. Normally they've got heaps to say. The tribe's usually to do with your place in a community, whether it be a home or a place of work where you feel like you can contribute is part of being part of a tribe. And we're very social creatures. And I've got here and now, that's pretty appropriate. I was talking about getting insights to here and now or future events and past events. So there's that card. Like attracts like, usually. So we've got here 32 and 8. Being fully present in the moment, living one day at a time. Everything happens in the now, in the present, only this moment counts. You have what it takes to handle anything today if you let go of the need to look into the future or reflect on the past. Just try to be in the present, in the now. This very moment has the potential for you to create miracles in your life. It's easy to grieve or yearn for a thing or a friendship that you may not have right now, whether it be romantic or a relationship with family or friends. The good old days are gone and a new day has dawned. Let your heart trust that you have everything you need right now, whether you have the relationship you desire or not. Tomorrow is beyond your reach. Yesterday cannot return. The now is all you have available to you. So stay present and aware that at this moment, as you cherish and improve of your beautiful self, you're a magnet for love. Spirit is madly in love with you right now. Did you know that? Turn to Spirit to feel the joy of love in there, in the here and now. And then you've got the tribe. The tribe is community, belonging, being around open-minded or like-minded people, knowing your place in the world. It can be a new affiliation with a group, and it talks about membership is the sense of belonging or kinship. Maybe you're part of a spiritual community. Perhaps you're in a learning community. Regardless of its form or focus, your community brings you joy. Maybe you're discovering qualities that you share with another, and perhaps also those you don't share. There are times when you allow and the other person leads, and times when you lead and the other follows. The appearance of this card points to the importance of learning the proper dance between you and another, accepting the truth that everyone has flaws is part of that dance. Yet you are also being asked to be aware of the dynamics that you don't want to repeat. You're in the perfect place to make changes in order to experience the best version of who you can be together. Sometimes you're best off being interdependent, as in leading separate lives and coming together when you feel like it, when you want to meet up. Sometimes relationships work better parted than together. And it says here, you have what you have working on is golden. Your efforts will leave a powerful legacy. Focus not on meeting a goal, but just creating the dream of now. Release your desire for an outcome. It will appear in the material world as if by magic. Claim your prosperity now. The essence is more important than the form. When you are immersed in prosperous thoughts, you automatically turn into a sense of timelessness. And you can act as if, in spite of the temporary outer conditions, you are prosperous at this moment. What you think now becomes your reality. Stay present. So you may be tempted to daydream out the window, and sometimes that's good because you take your focus off what you maybe can't understand or get your head around. I think that's why people daydream. Will stare off into space because they're trying to figure something out that they can't get their logical mind around, and maybe it's not logical, maybe it's emotional. Maybe it's a set of beliefs that you don't understand or agree with, so you agree to disagree. Yeah, I thought that would come up. I was in there yesterday. Reflection. It's the moon at the moment, so we're in the phase of the full moon. So full moons tend to bring up reflection of an emotion or a set of circumstances that we may not be happy in and want to remove ourselves from. And maybe it's more illuminated. It illuminates the fact that we don't fit into a tribe or don't want to fit into a tribe. We just have to exist because of extenuating circumstances, like trying to find a place to live because of how everything's going on in the world. Rental properties are hard to come by, so you just you just keep yourself. That's, I think, the best advice. Talisman. You need to keep a talisman on you, whether it's a rock, crystal, a totem, like a little, you know, ganoush or something on your person that will attract what you want in. I was talking to this boy at the pool yesterday because I went to the swing at the pool. Reflection again, moon energy. If you've got a Cancer in your chart and the moon's prominent, and we were talking about how the weather's been really bad to get people to swim, and I'm like, yeah, you can't really change the water, it just has to do its own thing. And I said, maybe you should wear something yellow because yellow attracts sunshine, you know, law of attraction. He's just like, no, I don't like yellow doesn't look good on me. I'm like, yeah, few people can wear yellow. It's a certain colour that not everyone suits, but then yellow's a happy colour too. Maybe it could be just something, a little bit of yellow in a t-shirt you're wearing just to attract what you're after. So there's that. Okay, so we've got 47. The world is a reflection of your thoughts, feelings and beliefs. Embody the love you wish to see in the world. When you look into the mirror, do you like what you see? Not many people do. They see the flaws. They don't see the good things. Sometimes the things that are on the surface aren't exactly what's going on inside. So something inside is actually what you really want, not the surface of something. The sacred pool asks you what you focus on, self-love and self-esteem. We're all works in progress, so a detached self-examination made with rigorous honesty is called for now. Reflect by the sacred pool and be at peace with yourself. Can you see how far you've come and how magical your life is? Do you notice the spark of the divine in your eyes? When you're conscious that you're the embodiment of spirit, it becomes easier to respect yourself and act in good conscience. Then you'll reap the greatest rewards. Your unique service to the world is not only needed but celebrated. See the love within you and know that if you cast it upon the waters, it will return to you tenfold. Be at peace, for you are beautiful and loved, and act with surety and confidence, and success shall be yours, whatever your inquiry. So you may see your body as the reflection of not what you want to see, maybe because of COVID, everyone's put weight on. Or maybe, you know, it's something like that, something simple, surface value, but, you know, it doesn't stay on. You can lose the weight, that's not a problem. You can't lose the personality. If there's something with a personality type that you don't like, well, you can't change that. That's just that person's personality. So you can't change them. You have to just either choose to exist with it or choose to walk away from it. If it's not your person, it's not your person. Simple as that. But if there's an element of your, I guess, psyche or, I guess, your personality you can change through seeking out counselling, then you can maybe fix the problem of what's so annoying to others or what you find annoying in yourself. Maybe you need to fix why you're frustrated inside yourself in order to stop being frustrated with others, because that may be the problem. You're frustrated with yourself. Okay, so people grate on your nerves because you grate on your nerves. Okay, we've got here the talisman. Again, talking about taking something with you. 49, whether it's a key ring, a keychain, something that attracts what you need. Law of attraction. A lesson truly learned is crystallized and earned wisdom. You have all you need for the success you seek. Wisdom allows you to recognize traps on the road and familiar patterns that you want to avoid. It also enables you to quickly gather information about where you are on your journey. It helps you to recognize your allies and know how to find the best routes along the way. Now you're at a place where you know the right choice, the things to do, the best choices to make. You really can't commit a mistake. Whatever you inquire, great fortune awaits you, for you have the wisdom to arrive at the right direction. You've learned your lessons and earned the right to your success. It's a good card. And that's all I have today.